went running. Allison turned the camera on, and the head basically just popped out for a second, and that was that. So, oh yeah, shoot a few and make a nice stew, and we'll take you along the process. See how it turns out.
Today we have a special guest with us. This is Alexis. She's Stephane's youngest sister, my sister-in-law, and we are so excited because we are introducing her today on her first hunt. We're going to be out squirrel hunting. About 15 or more years ago, Stephane took me out on my first hunt, and it was for squirrel. And I will never forget the excitement when I shot my first squirrel and I had that success. And that is just a perfect way to introduce a new hunter to hunting. So here we are in a beautiful wildlife management area in Central Florida. The squirrels here are plentiful. It's the perfect habitat. And these are not your average backyard squirrels that you're used to seeing. These are squirrels that live in the wild, they live in nature, they're not roaming around people's yards. They're hunted regularly here. So they're not as easy to get on as you might think. You know, they're smart and they want to stay alive, so it's not that easy, but it is a good species to get started, and we are hopeful that we can find Alexis a squirrel today, get her first hunt down.
Woo! I'm super pumped to be here. I'm really grateful for Stephane and Allison for taking me out here. It's going to be my first time shooting at a live animal, so obviously I got to be mindful about everything they've taught me, but you know, I'm super excited to be here. It's just a wonderful experience for me to really get started in my hunting career, and let's go! Woo!
Yeah, it's a gorgeous day. Let's get on some squirrels.
There we are.
Ready to go.
Safety is on. Perfect. Yep. So let's go hunting.
Let's go.
This is perfect squirrel habitat. Just going around the tree. I see one over there. He's big. He's right up the tree. See that big tree over there? He's right in the... See, he's coming. He's coming. He's right there on top. You got him. Shoot through the branch. You got him. Right at the fork right there.
You got him. I think you got him.
Yep. He's coming down. He's coming down. He just dropped.
Good job.
Good job.
Got your first squirrel. Well, Alexis got her first squirrel. I mean, she did a perfect shot. He was right there, fell right out of the tree. How'd it feel? It was exciting, huh?
Adrenaline rush. I mean, it's a wonderful experience. It was hard to keep the gun up, to be honest with you, but you know, as soon as I saw it, I just kind of hit it right in the right spot.
Yeah, in the head.
Yeah, right in the right spot.
Perfect shot.
Again,
awesome.
Really appreciative for them for showing me this beautiful area, and we're going to keep going. And thank you, God.
Some more for us,
thank
too.
you to this animal for giving its life, and
sure.
We'll keep going.
Allison's on the other side, and I can't see him, but I see one right there. See, over there. He's running down the branch at the end of the swamp. Allison shot.
First squirrel in Florida. I mean, there was a ton of them. I just went commando up ahead, and I mean, they were everywhere. So I think I scared them off with my shooting, but got a squirrel to add to the stew. An alligator and an armadillo behind us, and a squirrel somewhere in these trees up in front of us. This has been a pretty exciting day.
We might come back to add to this stew, so most probably we'll get more hunting footage, but for this morning we got enough, you know, but most probably we'll be back later.
Got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a bad day. And
Very quickly as well. As soon as we got here, it was very invigorating, and you know,
Yeah, it was exciting.
it's really slowed down here in terms of the squirrels. They've probably gone into resting period, I'm supposing.
But you got your first hunt under your belt.
Yeah, it was wonderful experience.
And you did a great shot.
Yeah.
Great headshot.
Yeah, great headshot.
So, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super
So
excited.
let's go home and process these bad boys.
Sounds great.
I love cows.
That's a giant squirrel. Holy smokes. We're leaving the area, and this might just be the biggest squirrels I've ever seen. You'll have to trust me on that one. That's a booner. Look at its size. Thing's huge.
Bye, cow. A few weeks ago, I went hunting for the first time and I got my first squirrel, and man, I'll tell you, it was really fun. So I'm here for round 2. Hopefully we can catch a few extra squirrels here and we can get a really delicious stew going. I'm super pumped. I hope you are too. Let's go. Right now it's really quiet. It's about 7:30 a.m., 8 a.m. So hopefully we see something soon.
Got it? Awesome. Alexis just shot her squirrel. We're just walking here, and all of a sudden, there's a squirrel right next to us. So I just startled me a little bit when she shot, because I was looking up at the same time trying to get the GoPro.
Hey guys, so I just shot my second squirrel ever, second hunt, so I'm really happy. It was a super fun experience. I was walking along this path and I saw him right there up on that tree, and as soon as he saw me, he just shifted in the back, and I knew that, so I walked along, tread really lightly so that he couldn't hear me, got to the back here, I was able to get a nice shot on him, and I'm really happy.
Keep on hunting.
Let's keep on hunting.
It's been, what, 5 minutes? We just walked in.
Yeah, we just walked in. I mean, it was really quiet. Had I not looked up at that tree, I wouldn't have even seen the little guy. So, you know, really,
Walk, stop.
it's something you really need to be observant about when you're walking around here, because these guys blend right in.
Yep.
But it's really the shape of their bodies that make that distinction on the tree. So I got really lucky.
Well, we did see tree nest.
Yep.
See, there's one right there. So that's why we slowed down.
Yep.
Let me see. Where's the tree nest? Oh, here it is. Right there. There's a nest. So, yeah, I mean, once we saw one, we're like, well, let's just go in super slow predator mode.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Well, it's, you know, it's a super exhilarating experience. I've only spent most of my time in the woods hiking or walking around, and just being in that mode, the predator mode, is a whole different experience for me. Your adrenaline's rushing. I mean, I know it's just a squirrel, but for me, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
I'm taking something's life, and, you know, it's a really natural process here. I mean, it's back in tune with nature, and I'm loving it. So let's keep going. Hey guys, look at what we found. This is pretty awesome. On our way in, we saw some hogs droppings, and, you know, we thought maybe we might see some, but actually we found remnants of the lower jaw of a boar. Now this is about a couple of years old, so this is pretty sweet. I mean, this is a nice find here in the woods. I mean, we were just walking along, and lo and behold, a beauty. We're probably gonna take these tusks out and keep them, because these are really awesome. So
yeah, let's see them.
Yep. You never know what you're gonna find in the woods, and let's try and pop these guys out.
Should.
I don't want to break it, you know.
Usually we can slide them out.
Just gotta do a little bit of wiggling.
There we go.
Lo and behold, that's pretty sweet.
Look at that thing.
I would not want to get hit by this.
Nah. Be a bad day at the office. Let's take the other one, but yeah, little souvenir.
This is awesome. Oh yeah, this thing is breaking apart like
Yeah,
wood.
it's been here a long time, more than a
Yeah.
couple years, but hey, it's old. So hey, but it goes to show those tusks will stay a long time.
Yeah.
They're built tough. So yeah, look at that. Cool deal. And two of them. hey, we just made it back to the truck. We had a great time. Only one squirrel down, but hey, to be fair, it was our first time here, which, you know, we're pretty happy. We had a great time, and we're gonna go clean it up. I'm gonna show her how to clean it up, and we still can make a stew because her squirrel from before, I shot one, Allison shot one, so we have enough to make a stew. So we're good in that department. We're just hoping to top it off with a couple more, but hey, one is, you know, plenty, obviously. So, so you had a good time?
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, just being out here, being able to practice my hunting and scouting skills, for me, it's just amazing. We got to see some really cool stuff along the way.
Yeah.
A really cool boar jaw. So we grabbed the tusks, so that was awesome. Some nice wild oranges. And yeah, I mean, I shot one squirrel. To me, it's so much adrenaline just for that moment. It lasts for the rest of the hike. So I had an amazing time. Thank you, Stephane, as always, my big brother, taking me on these awesome adventures. So, woo!
I'm the one who feels, you know, I feel like honored that I can pass on my passion, and to me it's a tradition, you know. Hunting is something that I would never want it to disappear down the road, and I care enough about it that, you know, I'm thrilled to be able to pass it on, bring somebody who's never done it, and, you know, who knows, you know, we're planting the seed here, and maybe she'll want to go elk hunting next, you just never know.
So Alexis got her first squirrel, you saw it, she got a couple, I got one, and today we have 3 squirrel here and we are putting together our infamous squirrel stew. So we have all of the ingredients set out. We're going to show you step by step as we go along, and the first step is to salt this squirrel. So let's go ahead and do that. Got some nice pink Himalayan sea salt. Just going to salt all of the pieces well. Next we're going to dust them with a little bit of flour. So we have our fancy sifter here. Look how beautiful the squirrel looks. So we're placing the squirrel in the nice hot oil, being careful not to overcrowd them. So if we have to do a couple batches, we will. So we're just going to transfer the sauteed onions and garlic in with the squirrel into our crock pot. Nothing like the smell of browned onions and garlic. I'll make you hungry right there. And the smell of the sauteed squirrel. Okay, we're adding a heaping tablespoon of tomato paste. One cup of white wine. 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. 4 cups, which is 1 quart of water. So So we have a heaping teaspoon of oregano. We're adding that to the pot. And next we're adding a half a teaspoon of hot red pepper flakes. And a heaping tablespoon of paprika. Okay, now we're putting some whole tomatoes, peeled. We have a can here and we're just breaking them up into little pieces. So we just put our 2 cups of peeled tomatoes, torn up, and now we're just going to add some carrots. We're going to stir that up well. We're going to set our slow cooker on high for 2 hours until that squirrel meat is just cooked so tender that it falls off the bone. Slow cook, 2 hours. On high. So we checked after 2 hours time and it was tender, but it wasn't fall off the bone tender. So we put it in for another half hour, checked again, was a little better, still wasn't falling off the bone. Half hour more, so 3 hours total time. We're checking it again and we think that this time it's going to be perfect. So we're going to grab some of our squirrel right here, and what we're trying to do now is just pull the meat off the bone. See, that's what we were going for. See how this meat is just falling off the bone? Before it was tender, but not fall off the bone tender. So this next step is to get all this meat off the bone. Just makes it easier to eat in the stew when you get all that meat off the bone and you don't have to contend with the bones in your stew. So I'm going to go at that for a bit. I'm going to get all that meat off the bone, put it back in the stew, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. Well, look at the yield. That's our 3 squirrel. The meat taken off of the bone. It wasn't too hard. I mean, the meat is delicious. Don't ever let anyone tell you that squirrel meat isn't good, because when you cook it right, when you slow cook it like this, in this amazing flavor, I gotta tell you, this meat is darn good. We just tasted it, it's amazing. So what we're gonna do now with this squirrel meat that we got off the bone, we're gonna put it back into our stew, and then we're gonna add some greens. So we added a half a pound of kale, and that is gonna cook down. And then next, we're adding this nice sausage. This is some smoked cracked pepper sausage, and it looks amazing. We're just adding that for some extra flavor in our stew. We're gonna put it back on slow cook in the crock pot, and it's gonna be done really soon, and we are getting hungry. It smells good, we know it's gonna taste great, and we can't wait to eat it. The moment has arrived. This is the moment we've been waiting for all day. It should be ready. Let's open her up and take a peek and see what we got.
Ooh.
It smells so good. Wow.
So it's finally time to enjoy the fruit of our labor. But before I try it and tell you what I think, I'm gonna have Alexis tell you, because she's never had squirrel and she's had a few bites already. So what do you think?
Squirrelicious. I've had a few bites already, like Stephane said. I gotta enjoy more of this. I'll tell you, it tastes phenomenal. Overall, the stew has a really light tomato flavor. It blends really well with the squirrel that's really tender. You wouldn't know you're really eating squirrel. It has, again, kind of a poultry taste, chicken or turkey. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I'm really grateful to have been out there, to have hunted and cultivated this, and have Stephane and Allison be my mentors in the process. I'm loving it, and thank you so much for watching my hunt for the first time. So I'm really happy.
So hey, hopefully, if you've never gone hunting for squirrels and you might have hunted a lot of things, I definitely recommend it, because it's just a great time outdoors. Sure, you know, you're not getting big, big game animal, but you'd be surprised how much fun it is. And to be able to introduce somebody, like for myself, my sister here, who's never hunted, I mean, made it that much more special. So hey, thanks for coming along. Really appreciate it. And I did taste it and it's phenomenal. I mean, she's not exaggerating. It's excellent. Hope you guys get to try it. And I hope to see you next time on our next adventure on Catching Dinner. Until then, we're out. Ah! And eating well once again. Phenomenal. Like she said, I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.